Up your shaft. Aye, sir.
Hi, this is AmbPirate with Capital Chaos, and here with me today is Via Coma. We are going to be seeing them perform at the Naked Lounge in Sacramento. I'm going to pass the mic. Go ahead and say your name and what you do with the band.
My name is Rob, and I sing.
My name's Nick. I play guitar and sing.
And I'm Jesse. I play piano and sing.
Awesome. So the first thing I really want to talk about is the new album that's out, Figures. I've been listening to it for the last 2 weeks. It's amazing. But just to give the fans a little idea of what it is or what to expect, do you want to just elaborate on how it came to be?
It's the culmination of, I'd say, like two years, something like that. And we've been together since 2009, and we put out a demo back then. And some of the songs are from that, and some of the songs are songs that we kind of wrote in the past couple of years. We went through a lot over the past 3 years, and I think that it's sort of like, I guess it's sort of like therapeutic to finally get this out and finally have things going on for us. So.
And you guys are from Lafayette, right?
Yeah, that's actually where we're from originally. That's where both of our parents are from there. And we actually live in Concord now, but we still kind of hail from Lafayette. Awesome,
awesome. So I know in doing some research, I noticed that you guys put a lot of work and effort into this album. You wanted it to be an exact, indication of where you're at in your lives, and just, so how would you know when a song was done?
How would you know when a song was done?
Yeah.
I think that they all kind of like evolved in their own way, and I think that there were certain songs that were definitely done earlier on during the process than other ones. I think that coincidentally enough, the last song on the record was done, was actually the last song to be completed, and that was, it's just something that we kind of get to a point, and then we're like, we feel good about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would even say, like, once we're all finished and proud with something, that's usually when we kind of made that call and we're like, okay, we're done. This song is exactly what we want it to be, exactly like all the energy and all the captured performances we want, and then, yeah, that's when we would finish it.
Awesome. Well, it is amazing, amazing album, and you can find it on iTunes. I just want to talk a little bit. You did that at a Telegraph recording, and you worked with Cody and Aaron of As Cities Burn. How did that come about?
We actually had an idea of a bunch of people that we wanted to work with. So we emailed a bunch of people, and Cody and Aaron got back to us and were interested in basically mailing some demos back and forth. So we sent them a couple of things, and they sent us some of their thoughts, and they were really into what we were doing, and ultimately they ended up coming to work with us, which was really, really awesome.
Yeah, it turned out great. So I want to talk a little bit about the first track, which is one of my favorites. One of the lyrics talks about being a fly on the wall. So if you guys were to be a fly on the wall anywhere in the world, where would we find you?
Ooh,
that is a really, he's got
mine.
Okay.
Dave Grohl's house.
Nice.
It would just be fun. Like, he's one of those people that's like such an admirable person, at least musician-wise, just to see like how that guy works. Plus, he's hilarious, so win-win. I think that's my choice.
That's where we'd find you. What about you?
Oh God, my first thought is his room.
Is that where the magic happens?
Apparently, yes. I literally couldn't think of any other place. Maybe I'm tired today, but Jesse's room.
It's okay.
Wait.
What?
I'm already there, so.
And
It's terrifying.
what about you?
I would say the boardroom where Michael Bay gets all of his movies pitched to him.
Nice.
Just to hear him, kind of talk about like all the explosions that he wants to add into any movie that he really can get his hands on.
Good answers. Nice. Very interesting. So I would have a hard time putting a label on your guys' sound. It's extremely melodic. It's very ambient. It's calming. It's something that I could listen to any day or night. Is there anybody that's a polar opposite? Are you guys wild, or are you guys kind of just calm, chill dudes?
Oh gosh, we're crazy. Crazy, like, we don't go like party or anything, but we're just the weirdest people. We're all like super energetic and just make like the weirdest jokes. Half the time we meet bands that are like totally into that, and then the other half the time we meet bands that are like, you guys are really weird. And I think we try to exude this very professional kind of like mentality online and promoting and in social networking, but then like when it comes time to meeting people and actually interacting with fans and other bands, it's just so much fun to be who you actually are. So we're crazy. We're really bizarre in like our humor. We're funny.
Well, I can't wait to party with you guys here in Sacramento. This is awesome. So growing up, did your parents listen to this kind of music? Was there any influence in the home that kind of brought you to this point today, or was it completely opposite?
Go ahead.
Well, it's kind of funny because we all have a little bit different, well, not a little bit, but very different backgrounds with music. So, like, Jesse is a classically trained pianist. Rob played trumpet and jazz band and bass, and I pretty much grew up playing punk rock. But once we all got together, and I tell people that, and they're like, well, you don't sound like, your band doesn't sound like that. Yeah. And we all listen to like metal and really everything. But I mean, my parents have always, I think all of our parents have always supported what we've done. And I mean, our songwriting has grown over the years, so they're more happy to listen to our music now than they were before. But they've always been supportive, so that's really nice to have.
That's definitely a bonus. So I know you guys played on the BFD stage 2012 with some artists such as Garbage and I think it was Jane's Addiction. So you guys won that through a contest? Was that just through votes?
Yes. Basically what we did is, Live 105 is the big local radio station in San Francisco, at least for rock music. And every year they kind of, they have a local band stage. And they had a bunch of bands that they had already selected, and then they chose 15 other bands and had people vote on them. And honestly, we had never expected to win something like that.
That was my next question.
we kind of felt like from the start that like we were up against some really, really good bands and some really promising acts from our area. And then when we got picked, I was sort of in disbelief at first, but it gradually sort of set in, and it was really, I mean, it's sort of like one of those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities that we definitely wanted to make the most of.
Absolutely. Were you guys all together when you found out that you'd won?
I was on my way back from work, like, about to miss the announcement, and turned on the radio. I think he was in kind of the same boat. We were both like, I want to hear what they announced. And they did this big, long, like, suspenseful pause before they announced it and put on all this music. And it was just like, so like, oh my God. And then they finally announced us, and then they played one of our songs, which is always exciting. Like, we've had our music played on their station before, but I've never heard it on a radio. I know it's stupid, but it's something's really exciting about like being in your car and like listening to it on an FM station. Like, oh, that's me on the radio right now. So it was fun. I think we were all separate, but it was like instant text each other, just like, yeah, so this is happening now, right? That's awesome. So
I started kicking things.
He did.
I was out back at my work, and I trying to find a way to listen on my phone. One of my coworkers is having a cigarette out there. He's like, oh, what are you listening to? I'm like, shut up. Shut up! God,
this is my moment.
And the band Via Coma, yes, ran back into work like, ah! Everybody was like, God, what? And I had been super tired all day. I hadn't like slept for a couple days, and then immediately just energy. It was like, oh God, what's happening? I did it, yes.
That's rad.
I'm channeling the energy right now, but
I like that. What about you? What was your reaction?
I was actually on a plane home from Las Vegas where my aunt got married, and I had a layover in Salt Lake City, and I turn on my phone and I look at my phone and I'm just like, I got the text message and I was like, oh, I don't believe you. I was like,
you're like, where's Ashton? Am I being punked right now?
I honestly was I was very skeptical at first, but I was really, really excited.
Well, you guys definitely earned it. Your music is it's really amazing. So I wanted to talk about your name. It means through endless sleep. Do you care to elaborate a little bit on what exactly that entails?
Hello, human scum! This is Odorous Urungus commanding you to continue watching Capital Chaos